Dr. Margaret Mewin Chebere is Ambassador Designate to Copenhagen, Kingdom of Denmark. Mr. Labik Joseviani is Ambassador Designate to Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. Ni Amasana Mwale is Ambassador Designate to Brasilia, the Federative Republic of Brazil. Permit me to now invite my former Vice Chancellor, Professor Kwesi Obridanso, who is Ambassador Designate to New Delhi, India. It's now the turn of Ambassador Samuel Yaokuma, who is Ambassador Designate to New York, United States of America. Mr. Godwin Baletum Amonzim is Ambassador Designate to Monrovia, Republic of Liberia. Mr. Akin Sabrokwa is Ambassador in situ Designate and doubles as the Director of State Protocol. Mr. Gustav Kweku Sefedovlo, Ambassador in situ Designate, Chief of Protocol. And finally, we have Mrs. Patience Kokwi Gameli Kwame, Ambassador at Large Designate and Deputy Director General, Research Department. His Excellency will sign the oath book, but after our newly minted ambassadors are done appending their signatures to the book. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor to invite His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana to deliver his remarks on this occasion.
Thank you very much, senior government officials, His Eminence, the National Chief Imam, newly sworn in High Commissioners and Ambassadors, family and friends. First, let me warmly congratulate you, our newly appointed High Commissioners and Ambassadors of the Republic of Ghana. Your appointment is a mark of the confidence reposed in you and a recognition of your years of dedicated service, sterling achievements, and exemplary contributions both in the public and private sectors. Only 4 days ago, I had the privilege of opening the joint conference of heads of mission and orientation program for our newly appointed envoys under the theme, Harnessing the Dividends of Diplomacy for Ghana's Reset Agenda. For the first time in Ghana's diplomatic practice, we launched Key Performance Indicators, KPIs, as a structured framework to guide your work. This innovation signals a new era of clarity, accountability, and measurable outcomes in our foreign service. These KPIs are not mere bureaucratic tools. They are instruments to ensure that every action taken by our missions abroad contribute directly to advancing Ghana's national priorities. I assure you that I'll monitor progress under the framework as part of our commitment to results-oriented diplomacy. Distinguished envoys, the Reset Agenda is this administration's blueprint, a bold vision to restore hope in our people, to rebuild trust, and to rekindle the movement towards prosperity. It seeks to re-anchor our integrity, transparency, and inclusive development governance, while much of this work will be driven domestically, your role is to extend this agenda abroad by cultivating strategic partnerships, unlocking opportunities, and deepening Ghana's place in the global community. Our foreign policy has always been anchored on enduring principles: Pan-Africanism, peaceful coexistence, self-determination, and the pursuit of justice and equity in world affairs. Yet today's world demands diplomacy that is also agile, that is innovative and purposeful. Global shifts in geopolitics, economics, and technology require Ghana not only to respond, but also to actively shape trends in ways that benefit our people. I therefore expect you to be vanguards of Ghana's economic diplomacy. Let your missions become dynamic hubs of export promotion, investment attraction, tourism marketing, innovative change, and diaspora mobilization. Carry Ghana's story to the world, not just as a beacon of democracy and stability, but also as a land of opportunity, open for business, embracing technology, and committed to partnerships that deliver prosperity for our youth and dignity for our working class. Your responsibilities go beyond representation. They also require strong leadership and sound administration. Your staff must be guided with fairness, respect, and a sense of shared purpose. The image of Ghana abroad is not only shaped by what you say, but also how you manage, serve, and uphold the dignity of every Ghanaian citizen that is under your care. Integrity must be your watchword. The Public Financial Management Act and all relevant regulations must guide your stewardship of public resources that are put in your care. I urge you to guard the public purse with diligence and ensure that efficiency, service, and ethical governance, the very values we are entrenching at home, shine through in every mission abroad. Let me be emphatic. Ghana cannot continue spending a staggering more than $15 million every year on renting properties abroad for our diplomatic use. This is not a judicious use of taxpayers' resources, and the Reset Agenda requires an immediate reversal of this trend. And that is why Cabinet has promptly approved the STRIDE initiative. And STRIDE refers to the strategic transition from rental to developing our own properties. I've tasked the Ministers for Foreign Affairs and Finance to work urgently to resolve this long-standing challenge. From my latest briefing, a transaction advisor has been appointed, standard designs are being developed, and funding mechanisms are already being negotiated. This decisive shift will ensure that our missions abroad are housed in properties that are owned by the Republic, reducing wasteful expenditure while safeguarding Ghana's dignity on the international stage. Distinguished envoys, the research agenda is a shared enterprise. Success depends on close coordination between the missions abroad, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and all ministries, departments, and government agencies. It also depends on how well we engage the private sector, civil society, and our dynamic Ghanaian diaspora abroad. As you assume this noble mandate, remember that your service is not for yourself, but for country and God. Serve with humility, courage, and excellence. May your tenure bring renewed favor to Ghana, progress to our people, and dignity to every Ghanaian, both at home and abroad. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I wish you well in your assignments. You carry with you the hopes of a nation. May your service strengthen Ghana's standing, advance our interests, and deepen the dividends of democracy and development for our people. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Thank you.
May I now invite Ambassador Victor Emmanuel Smith, Ambassador to Washington, D.C., USA, to respond on behalf of his colleagues.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, Chief of Staff, Presidential Advisors, Presidential Aides, and Staffers, Nananum, Nime, Name, Togbio, Mamao, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters of the media houses, honored representatives and friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is with profound gratitude, humility, and a sense of responsibility that I mount this rostrum to respond to His Excellency's remarks on behalf of my esteemed colleagues who have been nominated and appointed by our revered President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I am acutely aware that this privilege does not belong solely to me, but it is a reflection of the collective trust, hope, and expectations placed in our diplomatic missions by the good people of Ghana, who we represent, and the nations with whom we seek to promote our national interests, particularly at a time that some pundits define the world as quote and unquote wild and unruly. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we graciously accept the immense honor of serving. We are extremely grateful for the trust and confidence reposed in us, and sincerely acknowledge this responsibility with deep loyalty and duty. This ceremony is a moment not only of personal pride, but a moment for reaffirming our shared commitment to the ideals of diplomacy. A number of us commissioned here today were deep in the trenches with Your Excellencies, Mr. President and Madam Vice President, throughout the relentless campaign with an unwavering resolve to garner national support to be given a renewed mandate to rescue our nation from the abyss. We vouched to restore and to reset Ghana. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we, the newly appointed ambassadors and high commissioners, pledge to His Excellency, Mr. President, that your efforts will make a difference and will not be in vain. We will persist through hell or high water to build on the sturdy foundation you have laid and are committed to deliver on the promises we made to the good people of Ghana. In this current geopolitical landscape, sound economic strategy is of crucial importance. Our relationships with other nations lie in the dynamism of our economic ties. Trade, investments, and innovation will be our focus to enrich lives and create jobs in Ghana. We will work to deepen these economic partnerships around the world to create strong and enduring economic alliances. We will put our best efforts forward to identify and facilitate opportunities for a new transactional approach to the benefit of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. President, we strongly believe in your vision and have the absolute confidence in your leadership. We assure you of our collective best efforts to implement principled actions in concert with your foresight. We will strive to nurture trust, not only by advocating for the interests, values, and traditions of our beloved Ghana, but will be equally respecting our hosts and partners. To my colleague ambassadors and high commissioners, and indeed all appointees in President Mahama's government, let us focus on our leader's vision and chart a course of selfless leadership wherever we may find ourselves. We cannot, and indeed we dare not, fail the good people of Ghana. Our guiding principle should always be Ghana first. May the good Lord sustain us all and bless us with long life and good health. Your Excellency, Mr. President, thank you once again for this extraordinary honor. Our families and friends are equally very grateful to you. May we always work together to build a promising and a peaceful future for generations to come. Amen.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Victor Emmanuel Smith. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, we would have a photo session. In the interest of orderliness, this is how it is going to run. So each envoy and his or her family would first take a photo with His Excellency the President, after which they will be joined by senior government officials, and then we'll bring the program to an end. So in the same order that you received your instruments of appointment, I would invite you to participate in this photo session. All right. We have had to amend the program because of the exigencies of time. So we would limit the photo session to the President, each envoy, and his or her family. So I now invite Mrs. Sabazita Benson, High Commissioner, I beg your pardon, to the United Kingdom, and her family. Ambassador Victor Smith and his family will now join the President for a photograph. All right, we'll now invite the ambassador to France, Miss Mavis Amafrimpong, and her family to join the president for a photo session. Alhaji Baba Jamal Mohammed Ahmed, High Commissioner to Abuja, Nigeria, is next, and his family. Dr. Komastim Jehuapia, ambassador to Moscow, Russia Federation, and his family are now invited to take a photograph with His Excellency the President. Ambassador Kojo Bonsu, who is ambassador to Beijing, the People's Republic of China, is next, together with his family.
That ends the swearing-in ceremony of the new ambassadors who President has given their mandate to go and work. We'll be right back with Newsfeed. Do stay. Hello and you're welcome to Newsfeed on Channel 1 TV. I am Ino Safo. Coming up, a new patriotic party formally petitions IGP demanding immediate arrest of a vice chairman of the NDC, Chief Sofo Azoka, and two others who assaulted Alhaji Masaudu Osman during their Kwatia by-election. Also coming up, more than 100 residents of the Karchi East municipality convicted by Dambai District Magistrate Court for violating sanitation bylaws. Coming up in business, MTN Ghana to phase out 2G and 3G networks gradually. And later in sports, Ghana to face Chad in matchday 7 fixture at 1 p.m. in ongoing FIFA qualifiers. The details of our stories. The New Patriotic Party has formally petitioned the IGP demanding the immediate arrest of Chief Sofo Azoka, a vice chairman of the NDC in the Abuakwa North Constituency, communications officer of the NDC, Abdul Wahab, and an unnamed individual seen in a video slapping the NPP's third vice chairman, Alhaji Masaudu Osman, during the Akwatia by-election. The NPP is accusing Chief Sofo Azoka and Abuakwa MP Abdul Wahab Amadu of threatening violence and assaulting party officials, including the minority leader Alexander Peña-Markin during the polls. Richard Ahiagba spoke to the media after presenting the petition to the IGP.
The conduct of some NDC personalities in the Akwatia by-election. This morning we came here to submit that petition formally to the IGP. To have the police investigate and possibly arrest and punish the conduct of Alhaji or Chief Sofo Azoka and Abdul Wahab, who is a constituency communication team member or officer for Abuakwa North constituency, Abuakwa North of the NDC. We are interested in justice. Our coming here is designed to formally petition the IGP. We know the police saw it. The particular abuse of our third vice, Alhaji Usman Masaudu, was in the full glare of your cameras.
Meanwhile, the Eastern South Police Command has begun investigations into the alleged assault on Alhaji Masaudu. In more news, Deputy Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Mohammed Adam Sukbaru, has argued that the New Patriotic Party has no moral authority to petition the Inspector General of Police for the arrest of National Democratic Congress Vice Chairman Chief Sofo Azoka. While condemning the incident, Mr. Sukbaru insisted that the NPP was the least qualified to call for action given its own history of political-related violence.
Yesterday, I saw the petition being petitioned by the National Executive of the Opposition New Patriotic Party. Well, yes, it is good to petition, but you see, sometimes, that's why, when it was yesterday, they went silent. Today, it is about you. You are crying that people should come to your aid. That is why we are saying that when I see somewhere and I see that your house is on the fire, I should be the first person rushing to to quench the fire. I shouldn't sit aloof and say that after all, it's my neighbor. It's my neighbor's house. It is not mine, so I don't care. Because yesterday they were in power, it was okay. They didn't care. They were assaulting members of NDC. They were accusing ordinary Ghanaians. They were beating judges who were seen not to be aligned with them. It was okay. Today, it is about you. Now you are crying. That is what I'm talking about. That's the hypocrisy that I'm talking about. In as much as I condemn it, I think that it shouldn't be a new patriotic party